Hey guys, it's Elliot with Empirical 360 here, and we specialize in medical marketing. And today I'm going to talk to you about reasons your med spa website could be failing. So let's just dive right in here to the PowerPoint. So making sure your website is ready, even if you're not running ads, is important because if your website is horrible, your ad results and marketing will probably be horrible also. So here's the outline. We're going to talk about page speed, responsive design, making sure your site is up to date, and then landing pages. We'll talk about the anatomy of a page, advertising relevance, and then credibility and testimonials. So page speed. This is a definition taken right off of Google. PageSpeed Insights analyzes the content of a web page, then generates suggestions to make sure the page is faster. So this is a free tool that you can run your site through. It's a Google-based tool, so obviously it's going to be very accurate. It's also going to affect your SEO. But what you do is you run your site through this, and it will generate a report that looks like this. It'll pretty much grade you your website's pretty much speed, and then it'll tell you what's wrong with it and how you can fix it. So you can see I just ran Harvard site here through this, and it got a 57, and then it'll also show you how it performs on desktop versus mobile. So the mobile speed was 57 and the desktop was 91. So I think it's good for you to run your site through this, make sure that it's performing well, and you can make adjustments if it does grade you harshly. So, in summary, page speed is a crucial component of advertising because when a user gets to your site and if it takes a really long time to load, they're going to get frustrated and leave. And if you're paying valuable money to get people to your site, you're just throwing money away because half the time, if it takes more than like 5 to 6 seconds to load, they're going to get frustrated and leave. Responsive design. So this is another very, very important aspect of your website because they say 60%, I believe it's even higher now, of users are using mobile, and especially if you're doing a lot of Facebook advertising, a lot of your users will be mobile. And if your site is not mobile responsive, meaning the elements don't change when the browser width changes, your users can have a bad experience. And also your call to actions can sometimes be way down the page, and you're not going to get the results you want. So a way to check your traffic to see how much of it is mobile versus desktop is you can go to analytics, Google Analytics that is, if that's installed on your website. And there's a report in there that actually shows you the dimensions of your users' browsers. So you can see there's a screen resolution report here, and then there's just a very broad mobile versus desktop versus tablet. And in most cases, and in this example, 80% of the traffic here is mobile, 12% is desktop, and 8% is tablet. But making sure that your site looks good on all of those different devices is very important. So here are some live examples of responsive design. These are just sites I Googled. I found them online here locally. And the one on the left, the reason I like it is because it has the offers above the fold, meaning that that's the first screen I see. It also has the ability to click that button in the top right and call them directly. And then the form is also, somewhat above the fold. So if you scroll down, you would see the form fields here. But pretty much they have all of their important information on the first screen in a mobile, on a mobile device. So I think this is a great example of a website. It has all the offers front and center, has the call button, has all the call to actions. The one on the right, however, is a little bit dated. There's no click to call button to call them immediately, and the call to action is not super clear, and it actually gets cut off a little bit. And that is a slider too, so the phone number on there is not clickable. So those are two examples, one of a pretty decent site that has clear call to actions and different offers and things like that, and the one on the right, not so much. So the another component of having your website ready is making sure it's up to date. So this is a med spa. Again, this is the same one I used from the mobile example, but this looks slightly out of date. It's not the most modern web design, look or techniques. And again, it's not mobile responsive. And so if you're sending traffic to your site and it's not up to date and it looks old, people aren't going to necessarily want to come to you for cosmetic treatment. This is sometimes an upper class type of treatment. And again, they have a very nice med spa. If you take a look at that picture, it looks beautiful in there. So it's important that your website reflects how your med spa actually looks. Ad relevance. So if you think of an ad and a landing page and a site as like a scent trail, and you want to keep that scent trail alive, keep people moving down the funnel, it's important that your ad will match your landing page so people don't get thrown off that scent trail. And so what that looks like is this right here. So I Googled med spa Botox, and the first ad comes up. It says non-surgical fillers. They just avoided using the word Botox in the ad because Google sometimes will limit the amount that ad is shown. So they then take me to a Botox page in Tampa Bay. So it's extremely relevant because number one, I'm located in Tampa Bay. Number two, I'm searching Botox. And number three, they take me right to a Botox page, and then they show other, other related things. But that is a very, very relevant ad. So that is an example of keeping, that scent trail alive and having relevant ad content to your landing page. So credibility and testimonials. We have found that this is a great component of a landing page, is adding, customer testimonials, either in written form, video format's even better, and then adding logos of your affiliations. So if you offer Botox, you offer Juvederm, you offer all the big name products like that, it's important to have those logos represented on your site because it makes you look more credible as a brand that you can show side by side with those other large brands. So those are just a couple tips that we use on landing pages to increase conversion rates. So that's all I have for you for making your website and landing page a better experience for your med spa. That way you can get higher conversion rates and get more patients in the door. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My email is elliot@empirical360.com. Hope to see you next time.